Hi, everybody. It's Heather from Good Morning Wilton. How are you? It's another gorgeous day, so it's a good time to get outside. But I know a lot of people have had questions about, can I get outside with other people? Right now, everybody's talking about social distancing. And in fact, yesterday, my family and I went to Campo Beach. We thought, what a great idea. Get outside, get the dogs down there. And it was crowded. There were a lot of people at Campo. And, we still did our best. We kept at least 6 feet away from any other people. And it was good to get outside. Last night, there was an alert that Westport's first selectman sent out, letting people know that it was too many people at Campo Beach, that even congregating outdoors in such a large amount is not something that anyone should be doing. So Westport went ahead and closed the parking lots. And um, they're doing what they can to help people follow the advice that they're giving. I just did publish an article. I'm going to be publishing some other things today, but here's the information that I want you to know. Here's the news that happened. First of all, we got some numbers from Johns Hopkins Coronavirus Center, which is sort of the official. They're keeping track of everything. And these numbers that I published are as of 3 a.m. There was 3 a.m. March 15th today. There was just an alert that came out at around 1:30 where the number of U.S. cases rose slightly. But what we're looking at, it seems right now, is that there are 3,000 cases in the U.S. of coronavirus, and 61 people have died. As far as the state with the largest number of cases, it's Washington State with 572 cases and 40 deaths. It has hit 49 states, and the number of confirmed cases worldwide is 156,400. The number of reported deaths worldwide is 5,833. In terms of the way this spreads, just so people get a really good idea, a visual idea of how the virus can spread exponentially and why everyone is talking about social distancing and flattening the curve. Remember the word today. There's a really good animation that the Washington Post put out. I've linked to it on my site. I will link to it on Facebook as well. But it's a really good way for people to understand what happens when, social distancing is not restricted, that anybody goes wherever they want and there's no problem, compared to what happens when people are, staying at home and not going out and not interacting with other people and not going to places where there are big groups congregating. It's a really good thing and a really simple thing to watch and help your kids understand, for them to see, just to get an idea of what that social distancing means. In terms of news from Connecticut, as of today, there are 21 positive cases in Connecticut. And if you've been keeping track of the numbers, that number doubled in just one day. So if you see how quickly this is spreading and how quickly the cases are going to be diagnosed, there is something important to note about Stop and Shop, just because I know that, people are stocking up and people are still grocery shopping. I mean, you have to do that. But Stop and Shop is limiting the hours that they're going to be open from 7:30 in the morning until 8 at night, so that they are able to restock the shelves. I mean, if you've been there, clearly the toilet paper aisle is wiped completely clean, no pun intended. The chicken and meat section, completely empty shelves. So, they do need to restock. They are restocking as quickly as they can. So those hours are going to start Monday. In addition, Stop and Shop is no longer, they are suspending pickup ordering. So they had just introduced a couple months ago this, you call or you place your order online and then you can go by a couple hours later and pick it up. They are suspending their curbside pickup for ordering. As well, they want people to know that there are delays with Peapod. There was a message that First Selectwoman Lynn Vanderslice put out on the alert email system. If you haven't signed up, go to wiltonct.org, and they put out email alerts, and you can, it goes right into your inbox. But she put out the alert yesterday. She also added something to her Facebook account, and Here's the bottom line on that. Number one, keep your children at home. And if you can't avoid leaving your home yourself, limit your contact to just a small group. It's really important. And I'm getting to the whole social distancing and how you can manage it, but there's a reason that they canceled school. It's to keep the kids apart. Everybody has a responsibility to limit your contact with other people. That's the way you're going to limit the spread of this virus. So everybody's, I've heard from people who have said, I saw a couple kids out in a coffee shop, or I've heard of, a group of teens that are having a party. Here, we put a very simple list of don'ts and do's and don'ts for what social distancing mean. In terms of the don'ts, don't hold play dates. Don't have a sleepover, even if it's just one other child. Don't have hangouts. Each child is a connection that the school closure is trying to prevent. Adults, don't host parties. Don't have gatherings with friends or extended families. Even if you think, we'll sit 6 feet apart, you're still increasing the chances of this disease spreading. Don't use playgrounds. I don't know for sure and I don't want to say because I don't have the medical knowledge, I don't know how long the virus lives on surfaces, but don't use playgrounds. I know that I've read that consistently. Don't hold your own team practices, especially with sports that involve contact. Don't travel or have close contact with others if you feel sick or you have a fever. If you feel sick and you have a fever, call your medical professional. The things that you can do: maintain a distance of 6 feet away from others. The CDC is recommending a distance of 6 to 10 feet from other people. You can stay in touch through FaceTime and phone calls and video. This is the way I'm staying in touch with you. And any interviews I do from here on in, whether it's with Lynn Vanderslice, Kevin Smith, or anyone else, I'm going to be doing it by Skype and video. Reduce your frequency of going to stores and restaurants and coffee shops. There is the need, of course, to go and grocery shop and get the essentials, but limit your times out as much as you can. Get outside. You can still get outside. My husband went jogging on the NRVT. If you're able to maintain distance from other people using the trail and other people outside, get outside. Someone I know just saw a family of 4 biking in the parking lot at Miller Driscoll. That's great. You're doing it as a family, you're getting outside, but keep your distance from other people. Of course, wash your hands. Order takeout. That's a way you can still keep supporting the restaurants. Preparing your own food at home is better, but if you're trying to also help support the restaurants and the local economy and, give yourself a break, order takeout. A lot of the restaurants in Wilton are doing curbside takeout. Restaurant week is starting tomorrow. And I believe that all of the restaurants that are participating are doing takeout. Speaking of the local retail businesses, some of the retail businesses are doing curbside pickup. So you can, call them, check out their websites, maybe they're shipping, I don't know, but, do support the local businesses in as healthy and safe a way as possible for you and your family and for the business owners. And, above all, make an extra effort to keep the kids apart and distanced. There are other things too. I see a lot of offers for people to help one another out. That's incredible. We as a community are always generous to one another. We always help one another out. Come up with some ideas for things that you can do to help other people. If you are, looking for things to do, and again, you kind of want to keep that Wilton spirit going. You can donate food and gift cards to the Wilton Food Pantry. You can buy gift certificates to local restaurants and retailers. You can check in and call elderly neighbors. There are people in town who, through connections, check in on them, make sure that they're doing okay. Reach out to friends and acquaintances who are healthcare providers and see if they need any help. They are doing a yeoman's job. They are on the front lines of this particular battle. Make sure they're doing okay. When you are ordering at a restaurant or takeout or anyone who's a service provider, tip generously. They are going to get hit really hard in their wallet. make sure that, we're trying to do our best to help everyone we can. Offer moral support to friends and family. And for yourself, breathe. Take care of yourself. Make sure you're doing self care. Stay healthy, get sleep, stay off of social media if you can, get outside, exercise, eat well, especially to keep up your immune system, and be kind to one another. A situation where we are all completely stressed, completely anxious. Um, you know, it's a situation that no one ever imagined that we would be in. Breathe, meditate, try not to snap at one another. Everyone's doing the best possible job that they can. Aside from that, you know, email me at editor@goodmorningwilton.com. If I'm going to be cooking up a couple ideas for, a couple of contests for, I don't know, send in your suggestions for the way you're keeping busy with your family. Any cute ideas. I've seen some people doing TikTok videos as a whole family. There are lots of ways that we can get through this, helping out one another and keeping the whole community in mind. All right, everybody, thank you very much. Stay healthy, stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon.